What's up, Cheers Tribe? A little disorganized today, but I'm behind. I'm behind on reporting on the top tournaments here at EggmanEvents.com. Sorry. So I know we got a couple. We got this France one, and we have one that just happened in Spain, along with a top 8 from TAC. I think there might be even one more that I'm missing. Honestly, I feel like I should start covering Eastern tournaments, because there was a really interesting deck. Unkers just took Southeast Asia with a really cool Metal Garurumon DNA thing, and so like maybe I should just start covering Southeast Asia. Like, I mean, we're unified now. Anyway, let's just get distracted. We're behind. What's up, Trios Drive? We have another top 16 EX9 OPEC France. I don't know how to say that O word. Occitania, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, Heroes taking the whole thing. It's crazy, man. We have 55 players, and it's just kind of crazy. Like obviously, like we keep talking about how, you know, Megidramon, Royal Knights, Sakuya were like the biggest, scariest decks in those tournaments, and like, and don't get me wrong, like I'm starting to get Megidra Growl Loop fatigue. It is everywhere. It's just a little tiring watching that deck at this point. Like 20 actions, 30 actions in a single turn. You're just like, okay, it's a 2-player game, by the way. That being said, no, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. We definitely got a couple decks here that are really interesting. Europe, like it's fun to always see like I feel like when we cross regions, like there's always going to be the overall meta. I think that's always been kind of true. Like the overall meta is definitely Royal Knights and Megidra, but then it's like the one-ofs that break through, and that's like really what gives each region its flavor, I feel. And here we're seeing like some of the flavor, and we'll get into the decks as like you guys can see. You know, Heroes taking the entire thing is really cool. It's always fun to see like a deck you don't expect to just win the tournament. And like I've said, like we're in an oppressive, like a lot of people are on Megidra and Royal Knights, but they're not oppressively succeeding, you know. So it's definitely always a conversation to have. So let's talk about at least our bottom player. Not the bottom player. That is very disrespectful to say it that way. But our 16th place player, earning it all the way. This is Mega Cruxus on Pyramidimon, and for me, Pyramidimon is definitely a weird deck. Like it's just most of the time you are just playing the cards they give you. And let's talk about it. We are a 3-3 split on our closed tamers. 2 Breath of the Gods makes a lot of sense. Giving your guy reboot. Giving your Pyramidimon a reboot on a critical turn has always felt good, because like it's kind of limiting, I guess I will say, on like your boss monster just doesn't have the like good black keywords in it. Like it is so obnoxious for this deck to obtain reboot and blocker, right? Like, yeah, okay, Risu, you can put the sources under from your trash, but it's like the steps to get those pieces in trash, and then to have the tamer that puts it in, and then like, yeah, sure, end of turn you put whatever you want in there, but like just like getting, like, we're only on 2 and 2 of these Gatsumons, so before we really start talking about the deck, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, I promise you guys. So giving yourself like at least a way to like get into a good spot, get reboot. This gives you this also gives you reboot, and we do back up like gaining the blocker. Like the fact that you have to use an option to get your like key, like your mainstay black keywords is so awkward. But that being said, 2 scrambles, 4 defense trainings before we really talk into what the deck is doing. 3 Zorf Caboose. I don't know. I guess it's Egyptian. I don't know. Breath of the Gods, and then yeah, 4 pretty much of every EX8 thing. Yeah, so EX8, 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 EX8. We're maxing out on the entirety of EX8, and then we also have the promo. 3 of the BT21 recently came out, right? And this is just the cost reducer, and then if you strip the source, this as a source through fragment or whatever, you get to delete a 4-cost or less, which is, you know, when you pair it with the Digivolve has always been a relevant keyword, and having more of that in your rookie lineup is not bad. My issue is it's just like the Digivolve is also kind of good. Interesting enough, we're actually moving away from 2 key points that you see a lot of the original Pyramidimon decks do, and those 2 key points are actually Gogmamon from BT4. This card, every time I play Pyramidimon, this card is like the best card in the deck. But here we're choosing to only run it at 2, so maybe there's some weight there in actually, you know, maintaining actual stripping sources that actually strip and do something. Definitely we see like the inclination to go there. And then the other key card we're not running is Gatsumon X. Gatsumon X for a long time, a lot of people were using pretty easily. It's an extra source, especially for Fragment, a free Digivolve. And X Evolve is just good, right? Usually. But here, we're not favoring that at all. We're favoring just being in Sunrisa and having our Fragments have more effects to them more consistently. And I think that's an interesting take on the list. Definitely, there's not a lot to do. Like, this is definitely a deck to keep your eye on, especially going forward. I forget which set it is. I think it's... is it Sinister Order? I think in Sinister Order, we're slated to get Close and her level 7, along with the unique emblem, I think they're called. So definitely, if Close is a tamer you enjoy, and Rocks is something you're interested in, pick these up now, especially these promos. There's so many promos in a lot of these Liberator decks that you need to make sure you have if you are at all interested in this deck. Because once we get the level 7 and this becomes a good deck, guess what we're all complaining about? Promos again. So please, while you can, get your promos while you can. But congrats, 16th place, Mega Cruxus. Let's talk about Gallant. We actually did get a single Gallant top. Turpex, 11th place. One Solarmon is always cute, but here we got the Searcher, Guillaumon X, Growl from the starter deck, so maximize, hey, when I delete something, gain a memory. Not bad. Growlmon X Antibody. I really do feel like we are entering the era of Growlmon X Antibody probably is going to get limited. Sorry, guys. It's just, oh, man, I feel bad for Gallant, but, like, let's be real, guys. Metal Garurumon player here. I got nailed with a ban list because of Anubismon and Apocalypmon and all those other things. So I'm just saying, I've been there. Growlmon X Antibody. Just maxing out. Just pretty much maxing out on every piece. So we are just like a consistent stack. And the curious part here, it actually ends up becoming that we're only on one base Gallantmon with 4 when attacking X Antibodies. Our game plan, it seems like our game plan is primarily probably not to go into this Gallantmon ever. We're just trying to raw Digivolve into this, either through a win attacking effect with X Antibody, or just raw Digivolve into it. No Tocado, so this is actually the cool boy, like the cool boy variant. Just maxing out on consistency. No, it's just so crazy to me to see no extra Gallantmon X's, but then maxing out offense training, mem boost, scrambles, and yeah, I guess we're just trying to scramble into our Gallantmon X Antibody so we just make it for 3 along with trainings and boosts to just get there. It makes sense. And sometimes these decks, like, you know, like sometimes these decks when you have like a bottom end like this, you just end up winning because how do I word this? You end up just winning because your opponent does some security checks. Suddenly you have a boost of training and an X Antibody to hand, and you just win the game. Like, you just promote, you have everything, and you go. Anyway, yeah, no, Gallantmon, it's been around for the block for a while. It is fun to see a version where they're just kind of maxing out on every piece they like, and then just going for full consistency, right? Just like, I'm going to do the same thing every day. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, I'm saying that as a good thing. Yeah, we'll go next. Oh, we're going to talk about the Megidramons. 15th place, Sebastian. One sec. Slight hiccup, sorry about that. But anyway, we get to start talking about our Megidramons. We got Sebastian Turan on Megidramon, and this is classic Megidramon, and by that I definitely mean that, like, we are actually running the level 6 along with pretty much the same core that most people run. The curious parts for me are, like, sometimes the rookie ratios are slightly, like, different from one another. Here, opting to have one less X Antibody Guillaumon and Growlmon. the security Groundmon, the security plus Groundmon here in the heritable is becoming more popular than, I think there's another ground, I can't think of it right now, but there's another Groundmon people like to use, but this one's becoming the most popular one for sure. 4x antibody when attacking Groundmon has to be here with the Megidra build. War Growl X antibody to try to dodge those, help you dodge those the bottom decking bouncing aces that really kind of break your back in this deck. Gallantmon, promo Gallant, secret rare Gallant, medieval Gallant, some collection here actually favoring more of the secret rare Gallant. Oftentimes I see 2 promo, 2 medieval, and then 1 of the secret rare, but here we're opting for a slightly different variation on that. Actually having the Crimson Mode Ace is funny. Having that like just like in your back pocket could be pretty interesting. And then, like, you know, the collection, we have the collection of purple options. Calling, Jack Raid, Purple Mem Boost. The Digimon I designed is coming back into favor, which is funny to me. Like it started in every deck, then nobody was running it, and now it's creeping its way back in, which I think is very funny. Wisdom Training at 3. I don't know why I said it like that. It's just, you know, kind of average. But yeah, no, congrats to Bastien 15 Stein. Is it just Sebastian? Is it just Sebastian with funny for different letters? Oh man, I don't even know. You tell me. I'll be so embarrassed if it's just Sebastian. Anyway, let's that was 15th place. Let's talk about 12th place. Also Megidramon, we have Akel. And again, actually similar rookie ratios, similar champion ratios into no medieval. Oh, here we go. Here are some of the changes. No, again, 12th place, Akel. No medieval Gallant, 1 calling, 3 Grav Crush, 1 Jack Raid, 1 red scramble. So it gives, actually going into the red scramble gives us the option to actually digivolve into our Gallantmons here, just in case. And then 4 training, 2 Digimon I designed. And then where did the rest of the ratios go? Is it really just in the section in options? We're missing the medieval, and we're missing the medieval went into a training, I guess, is the big thing. Oh, the Crimson Blaze, Crimson Mode then became something else as well. But yeah, no, congrats. We got one more Megidramon to talk about, and we could do we got one more Megidramon to talk about. Key. Amber Memory Boost. Amber Memory Boost here to find our promo Gallant. Interesting. I mean, again, we don't have the red purple gem boost yet. Oh, sorry, I didn't even say this person's name. This is 10th place, Bayotek. 4 wisdom. 1 demonic disaster makes its way into Megidramon finally, actually. Oftentimes, this is usually seen in the Growl Loop variants of this deck. 1 from Calling, 4 Amber, 3 Grav Crush. Everything's about the same here, except we swap on the Rush Gyo to Gyomon X. Pretty much everything is the same. 1 less War Growl X antibody, but in favor we have the Return of Medieval and a Laviamon instead of the Crimson Mode. And then also the Wisdom Training is maxed out. Wait, no Purple Mem Boost. Oh, choosing Amber Mem Boost. It's just curious. Is there a different boost that would get you all your purple stuff, like a purple green? No, we don't have. We have grape, right? Purple green would get you. Yeah, that wouldn't help you get these, so I'm just dumb. Maybe red, green. We don't have red, green, red, yellow, red. We don't have yellow, red yet, do we? No, we don't have red. Whatever. That was a tangent that didn't need to happen. As always, here on RisuTheSquirrel.com. And let's talk about congrats again, Akel, 12th place, great stuff. Blue Green Imperial. We got 2 of them to talk about. Let's see if I got the first one. This is 14th place. Alexandre Dubuc. We're going with that. Imperial. Yeah, it's been around the block with this deck. It comes in and out of top 16s list ever since the ban list. Draw 1, Sting 1 at 1, maxing out on our Memory XV, 3 of the Stingmon XV, and then we're gonna include the armor package. We got the Lydramon. It's just a good card. I've always liked these blue-green middle pieces for Imperial. It just makes your numbers good. It makes it makes it so you can find any 2 level 4s and win the game, which is nice. It's just nice. But oh man, the interesting part here. obviously it becomes the top end. Only one Imperial Dragon mode, and then in fact that is our only Imperial top end in terms of 6s and higher. We are just going full toolbox blue stuff here at the top end. We got Hexablow, Bond of Friendship, Invisimon, all three really interesting cards when you can have them work in your favor. The classic 5 tamer setup, 2 Davis, 2 Davis Kens, 3 scrambles. Wow, instead of, oh, because Primogenitor's not great when we're not trying to get into fighter modes and stuff. No, it makes sense. And then 1 Jade memory boost, 1 Hammer Spark. Yeah, I got nothing much to say here. Just like, obviously the curious part is like we just abandon the Imperial top end and just go full blue toolbox, which is interesting. After that, like the rookies have always been up to personal preference in terms of the exact ratios we run. You just kind of have to max out on these end of turn guys, but then everything else is kind of like a toss up in the air, which is always fun. But anyway, grats, 14th place, Alexandre. Then let's go on to 19th place. Slight variations on the same deck. We have the return of XVmon, the return of this promo Wormmon, because it also has the end of turn DNA, which is usually kind of nice. And then we kind of see similar things. We're maxing out on the memory Stingmon, less heavy on the Lydramon, only 1 in fact. Introduction of the BT12 Pyramidimon here, just to mix things up in terms of our level 7 or level 5 situation. You usually want to be on 7/5s, and so obviously taking away from the starter deck to get get a little bit of diversity, especially. But then again, the return of the actual Dragon mode Imperialdramon top end, Hexablow, Dragon modes, maxing out or close to maxing out on the starter deck or OG Dragon mode, which lets you DNA again, which is, oh my god, this card. And then BT16 trap card, adding in the spice and the pepper with the red and purple fighter mode, because it can digivolve on top of any Dragon mode. It doesn't really care about its data type, attribute type, whatever. And then, yeah, again, the classic 5-tamer setup, 1 HPD, 3 Progenitor, because we do have fighter modes and stuff to go into now. And yeah, that wraps this up. I mean, 1 ace, a nice little pair of aces here to just have some kind of defensive play. It all makes sense to me. But that being said, no, congrats, 9th place, Coronte. Did I say the name? Ninth place, Coronte. Congrats. I don't think I said that right, even close. Now we get to talk about our single adventure player that was able to make it in Shen. And just another just off the bat, we're seeing, let me see. Yeah, we're seeing another variation of what people are, it's like this green adventure, but now we're mixing in Vortex Warrior top end here. Yeah, and we're just seeing some curious, we're seeing some curious adaptations. Like we're seeing the on play /win digivolving taunting Greymon. You need to have a single tamer to use this guy, but it does activate any kind of taunting effects, which, I mean, if you then from there allow your opponent to taunting them into an ace, especially when things like Saphagamon are pretty gross, is kind of nice. 3 medieval Gallantmons, 3 Saphagamon aces. It's just kind of good setup. And our 5s are pretty much all the green ones. And even one Kabuteri is fun. But yeah, we got the Lily, we got the Mega Kabu, we got the Skull Gray. And then our collection of tamers. We got 2, 1. This is something that I've been actually interested in, is like the walking back on the mat in TK a little bit is something I've liked seeing, just because, like, I don't feel like we need this guy at 3, especially like the rush is nice, but you only need it once. And then from here, like, because we have such we've invested pretty heavily into level 6s, right? And we have extra 4s that the deck normally, like, we've seen the trimmed down versions, like the Hong Zero versions, run. We don't have as much room for tamers, so we're only on 6, 9 tamers. The average start, like, most people are trying to hit like 11 and 12 on their tamers, so a little less on our tamers, but it can't be that bad considering our top end is things like definitely gives us the option to just go straight Mega Kabuteri, Digivolve Medieval, and just kind of sit on Medieval and watch that crush people sometimes. It could probably just good enough. Anyway, congrats, 7th place Adventure. I still love this deck. I'm still trying to play around with variants of Adventure, so it's cool to see people do well with it, right? Then we get to talk about another Megidra Loop inspired list, I guess, involved list. This is 6th place, Phoenixmon X Eon. Yeah, it's Phoenixmon. I don't think I really don't know what else I can speak on about this list. Oh, we are using the, we saw this out of Virginia, but it's not like they're the first person to do it. But last time I talked about it was through the Virginia regional we had here. The Oryukenmon, Oryumon, Oryuken Ace package here. Phoenixmon can drop this down, and then you DNA into Oryuken and just get extra aggression. Is kind of stupid. Cool boy offense training, red mem boost. It's just such a clean package. And actually using the adventure package versus wow, that's so curious. Instead of using the adventure package, or not the adventure package, the EX1 Garuda, we're on the adventure Garuda. Maybe I'm just gonna go with this was right. So yeah, no, that's an interesting pivot from what we've been seeing. So getting the DP gain is probably so you always get the sec +1, and for every 2 colors. So you get a sec +1 when you digivolve. So this your blitz play here is gonna do 2 checks plus a burn. So that's just 3 checks, and then suddenly like you play Oryu. Oh man, so then you play Oryu. Does this trash too? One of your opponent's minus fit then if digivolving trash your. So wow. So you can actually, so Phoenixmon would do 3, then you trash 2 when attacking and go for game. So a single combo and you win the game, all thanks to a sec +1 here from this Garuda. That is so interesting, huh? That just kind of pushes the speed of this deck. That just one more turn potentially. Wow, that is, what a curious feat. Also, it was worth noting, I guess it's always worth noting that the promo Gallant, deleting your own Phoenixmon for extra push potential, busted as well. But no, but congrats. Like, you really caught me off guard with the adventure Garuda. I just thought about how you have a whole OTK line, just thanks to that +1 security. Now that I think about it, that's really cool. I got nothing else to say. Sorry. And then Abatamon. I know a lot of people are on this deck as EX09 came out and trying to figure out the best way to run this deck. Yeah, so I think the key things to talk about, since I think this might be the first time I get to talk about this list, but we're on 14 or 13 scatter modes. It's the infinite, play 50 of it in your deck, for pretty much maxing out on everything the set gave us, I believe. Yeah, we're maxing out on everything and sitting on 13 scatter modes. Supplementing it with 2 Puppetmon Aces makes sense. You sitting on the Raremon is not a bad play in this deck, and then being able to punish with a Puppet Ace is just gaining so much. Puppet Ace is gaining so much popularity. It's becoming one of the best aces for green and black, or maybe it is just straight up the best ace, but it's becoming the most popular ace in black, at least. Green is following suit, I promise. Edamon, because we do have an ace, so sometimes it's worth being able to be like Edamon, Puppetmon. These all our level 4s here can digivolve, so getting extra mileage out of that by just digivolving an Edamon just isn't bad, right? And then how do we supplement it? I've seen the Parabolic Junk, and it's just kind of funny to me because people are trying to like, oh well, Gravity Crush is good. Surely Parabolic Junk and Venom, Tropical Venom are good too, right? I've definitely seen plays where people like just dump Parabolic Junks on their own Digimon and then try to delete them through some means, or like, again, like we get to ray, collision, piercing, just being able to. There's just a few ways, and then like Laplace's Demon definitely works in favor of our when moving effects here, or when the breeding area effect of our core. There's just a lot of good stuff here to supplement the Abatamon, and I think people should. There's experimentation. Genai is one of the first times I've seen this. There is a way to like. I like Genai, but it's easily dealt with, right? Because like it's opponent's turn when a level 5 or higher, so you can just attack with level 4s, and Genai won't trigger. It's something I learned when I was playing against this is something that helped me a lot when I was trying to learn the Devas matchup. They liked also playing this card, and so I would just attack level 4s. Sorry, not sorry. And it would make my life infinitely easier, I promise. By suspending the same, yeah, move one of your Digimon to the breeding area to the battle area. Yeah, so interesting card, definitely worth a peek at. And then I think the tie is just, you know, black, your black blockers, black redirects. This starter deck tie is always gonna find its place, even like at least when you're starting the list. Maybe you find a reason to get it out, but your black redirect list should always, you know, start with a couple copies of this deck. Either way, congrats P Benji. I don't know if I said the name. 5th place Abatamon, P Benji. Congrats. I think you're one of the first Abatamons, if not the first Abatamon to top. So you know there's success in that, and there's beauty in that. I'm gonna say beauty in that. And then we get to talk about we have it listed as Gallantmon, which one day we will our editors will feel the wrath. But this is UXO, no copyright intended. Yeah, this is just the pure level 5 Growl Loop list that has been going around and is seeing more success than Megidramon itself. We're seeing maxing on Mem Boost, just completely cutting out trainings entirely and maxing out on Mem Boost, going all the way. Digimon 2-2 split on our really good Gallantmons. I also like that the art does kind of connect. It's definitely the same artist, right? Yeah, Toromuna. Yeah, they definitely intended this to be like the same piece from different angles, which is nice. It's really cool, especially since they have like what's it called? They have similar effects, right? Medieval Gallant, and then I just can't really. There's not really a lot to talk about here. This is these like literally these 8 cards are seen in this version of the deck, like pretty. Sometimes we mix it up with some stuff, but this is like this is just the average, right? Like I wish I could say more. Demonic Disaster, and then yeah, like the options here also line up well. I found I think the thing that stands out to me is just very clearly the abandoning of trainings and just favoring just pure memory on your turn, which makes sense. I think pure memory on your turn is still tends to be better, especially when you're looking at a deck that wants to be just hard playing things, right? You need memory, not Digivolution cost reduction for that. So yeah, no, it makes sense. Congrats. Again, 4th place UXO on Growl Loop. And then man after my own heart, 3rd place Ancient Garurumon, Brumene. I'm gonna go with Brumine. It's red base, it's USA, blue hybrid. It's the best blue hybrid's got, and we're playing some fun cards here at the top end. Let's go into it. Let's talk about the beginning. We got 2 Pokemons. Pokemon is always an interesting card for me. I kind of don't like the card. I feel like oftentimes boosts are just better. We are on some Wisteria memory boost anyway. But yeah, we got Pokemon, we got the Digimon, we got the Koromon. And then we got the Maracas. I love the Maracas. He's my favorite of the wind attacking. I know some people like the Guillemon. I like the Maracas. One Shamanmon, one Solarmon. So skipping out on going crazy with floodgates on just kind of hitting the main ones, right? Play cost reducers. I mean, Gatsu could also go good here, right? But memory definitely is like the big one right now, right? Memory blocker at the right time really stunts Megidramons and things. I would love to know what this player was doing, how this player was able to, like, I just feel like blue hybrid is just not it. And like, it's just not for me. I guess for me, blue hybrid is just not consistent. Like, cause you are like, a lot of people like hate on it. And like, oh, you just see it once and you keep going. But like, man, is it hard to find your pieces, man? You're looking for 2, 3, you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4 ofs constantly. Yeah, you get to recycle 1, but you have to constantly try to find these three free 2 ofs. I mean, you do get to bounce back with the Ancient Guardian Deity. But like it's just not as simple as people like to make it out. We do actually I think notably speaking from like previous times we've gotten to talk about blue hybrid, we actually are beefing up our level 5 situation. So we got 2 of the BT17 Beowulf, the Tamer Warping one. It's unfortunate this thing uses the trash. If it was from hand like the rest of what blue hybrid wants to do, I think this card would be disgusting. Also, the Evo for 4 is why? Oh my god, it pains me every time. The Evo for 4 really bites into this deck's ability to do well, but we do back it up with 2 Beowulf and 1 Jet Sylphie at 1. 4 Ancient Garuru, have to, 1, and then playing a really cool collection of level 6s. Mirage Galgamon, this was like the original level 6 that Blue Hybrid liked to play once BT11 hit. We got Phoenixmon. Just being able to lock out your opponent of doing things is never bad, right? And 2 Analog Youth. Analog Youth? Oh, right, because we're Ancient Garurumon. I feel like Analog Youth was on its way up, and here it's making a return, playing one of the Dual Tamer. Just end of turn attack shenanigans are possible, and it's just a good card to have. Maxing out on the Memory Setter, and then 3 of our BT71 original. So we're on 8 Tamers. That's like the trimmed down version of it. When we do introduce things like our level 5s, it's usually coming out of this Tamer section. It's just difficult to run level 5s and have that backup strategy when your base is not digivolvable. But either way, I digress. I'm over criticizing, I think, maybe because I love this deck. This is my favorite deck. But like, no, they oh my god, I'm sorry. But no, I'm happy to see someone do well with this deck, man. Even if it's not, whatever. I'm impressed. I'm happy. I might have to play Blue Hybrid this weekend because of this guy. Wisteria Memory Boost, Ice Wall, Hammer Spark, and Crimson Blaze, just a really good utility. Playing our 1-ofs and then playing Wisteria Memory Boost. I think Memory Boosts are so good in this deck, so it does make sense to have some. Pokemon, just being able to dig deep, right? Like, sometimes you just gotta dig deep and get the double hits, because the double hits from Boko, like, if you do manage to get that, are kind of disgusting, right? So, no, yeah, Blue Hybrid making an impressive showing here, and I'm jealous. So 3rd place, Brume. Congrats. Let's talk about some Royal Knights here. We do have 3 of them to talk about because it is one of the most strongest decks. 13th place, Loco. 1 Gatsu, actually having the Genkumon. Let's see, like there's like certain key points that people do and do not play. Actually doing the full Alphamon pairing, playing the Genkumon. No promo Gallant on 2 of the secret rare. Actually having 2 All-Force Vigramon is an interesting take. I don't know. Like, a lot of like this, like, what matchups do we feel that the All-Force Vigramon do well in? Are we thinking like, I guess maybe we're thinking When you play with Digimon, roll on a blue team, return one of your opponents with no Digivolution cards in hand. Yeah, I just feel like maybe this is for Megidramon, and or this also could help against Adventure, because they don't play too many. They tend to not play too many sources, but it's hard to get more than just 2 sources, right? You don't have any blue tamers, and to have this out and then play this after playing something else can get kind of funky. I guess alongside Genku, you're at least stripping 4 sources, and that's pretty good, right? That clears 5, 4, 3, 2, right? So as long as a Genku into All-Force clears most level 6s, right? In that scenario, so that's not awful. Okay, I guess I'm kind of seeing it. All right, playing the Keen and Crier. Wow. Losing the Royal Knights, losing to this card in the online Play TCG regional, and then deciding just to play it ourselves. I mean, Megidramon, like, it's an annoying matchup for them, and just making things more awkward. This card is like kind of stonks, right? When an opponent plays a Digimon by suspending the same or gain 1, and oftentimes stealing that 1 memory from the Guillemon player or the Growl Loop player changes the script so hard. And then sometimes you just on play get to steal a memory if they don't trash an option or a tamer. Like, that's kind of rough too. So definitely an interesting card. And the fact that we're playing 4 of it, and then Ice Wall, finding time. I guess like we do have like our main. Like, I mean, that also justifies we are on the All-Force, and sometimes this guy's gonna be on board. So Ice Wall, Omnimon X Antibody, Ice Wall, and then Magnemon, a mainstay, Ice Wall. Definitely some interesting pickups here. We actually are on the GX. I've been seeing people move away from GX, but here he is in all his glory. Crimson Blaze. Oh, no Crimson Mode, funny enough. Not going for that win condition in this version of Royal Knights at all. 4-3-4, not maxing out on Purge of the Royal Knights. I think that's where the Ice Wall came in, or the Crimson Blaze, so that makes sense. This Omnimon pairing has been a staple for ever now. Anyway, Yeah, no, congrats. Let's talk about that was Loco 13th place. Now we get to talk about 8th place, Nameless 2099. A lot of similar stuff, except we are on the singular Alphamon, actually bringing back Dynus, Leopard, and Medieval all make their entrance. 3 Crimson modes, so really, really trying to go for this win condition, especially with all the Guillaumons out there. Genkumon. Still, Genkumon's just, I think people are favoring Genkumon more again because it's just a good way. It's a good way to go wide in the deck and do get like reuse some on plays that are really valuable. And then after that, just no spicy tech in the options, just also GX is here. Yeah, no, I got nothing else to say. It's pretty Royal Knighty. Congrats, 8th place. Nameless. And then let's talk about 2nd place. Top of the mountain, only one BT13 Omeka, maxing out on this Magnamon. Everybody running 1 or 2 of the Gatsu, Return of Dynus, 1 less Genku, but more All Force. Again, so All Force getting really popular in Royal Knights right now, and also playing the Ice Wall, giving up a single purge for it. That's so amusing. Beyond that, we do have the Gallantmon Crimson mode. Again, no promo. Gallantmon to get some cheeky healing done is interesting. Lord Knight, Medieval Gallant, and then Omnimon's like, yeah, no, it's Run of Knights has pretty much condensed into like 5. Like, there's just certain things you look for in differences. Like, you notice how we're not playing any Alphamons in this list. There's just certain choices, but like it just feels like a lot of like you start with the same like 25 cards at least, like at minimum, like at least, and I think I'm being kind of low on that. But no, I mean, it's Gallantmon, or it's Royal Knights, so no, congrats. Royal, like, it's so funny to see how like people see Royal Knights and Gio as the top list, but they're not being oppressively, they're being aggressively played, but not aggressively succeeding, I guess is what I'll say. So Royal Knights, I don't know, maybe it should be on the ban list because people are tired of it. I also get that from, like, I'm tired of Growl Loop, I'm gonna be honest, but Royal Knights can be like a drag as well. So I get it if people don't like this deck. But congrats to Utsu. 2nd place. Great achievement. Congratulations on all your prizing. Yeah, showing the Royal Knights is pretty much here to stay, right? Even if maybe a tournament or 2 is gone. And then we get to talk about 1st place. Andri Nueve. Heroes. And it's App Heroes, right? It's specifically App Heroes going for the crazy good OTK potential that App Heroes has possible using Fire Rocket. Yeah, definitely. This is OTK Heroes. This is what we're trying to do. We got the Garnet member. Why? Oh, for time. Oh, for Timon. Okay, this is a little interesting because this isn't a hero card. So when linking, you have to de-Digivolve a Digimon. So that he's also a blocker. Oh, that's so interesting. That's such a cool like potential thing to tack, like de-Digivolve a blocker, de-Digivolve something that gets in your way, like de-Digivolving an adventure that went from like an adventure player who went level 4 and then warp into 5, you can just de-Digivolve them. That's so interesting. Oh, that's so cool. All right, fair enough. I get it. But that being said, I think we've seen these numbers are pretty much the standard numbers. I feel maybe I'm wrong. The Gotch, 3 Gotch, 2 Gio, 3 Gumdra, 4 Vmon. The Vmon makes the most sense. Vmon's probably the most important one. Isn't there another one that also reduces your evo cost if you go into heroes? This guy? Oh, when he gets linked. No. So yeah, I think the Vmon's like the most important one because being able to reduce the Digivolution into a hero by 1 is disgusting. Like, you go into this guy for 1, play a Tamer for 1. I can't say it enough. Also, this guy's a hero. He's a little more expensive, so making it cheaper for 2 is kind of important. He does have Rush Raid, which is interesting. And then you can link him to attack and do some stuff. But yeah, after that, Superior mode is busted. Also a hero Digimon, obviously. The perfect, not playing, I guess I think it's worth noting that we're not playing any hero. The Gammamon rookie, because the like Tagaru plus the Gammamon rookie or Tamer hero, they combo so beautifully well, and we're actually abandoning that, going for full Tagaru, 1 Haru, which is interesting. I could have sworn this guy was green red, but I guess not. he is the memory setter of the deck, and then when you link, you get to draw, and then you may app fuse. So maybe that cheeky app fuse suddenly from a... maybe the cheeky app fuse is also really important into getting just the OTK off. I'm actually not sure, like, because there was a lot of little innovations from the last time we saw Heroes. We saw it get second place in Dallas, I think, something like close to that. We saw it in the finals. But there are just some key differences here in the Tamer lineup. I think we are actually, like, the fact that we're actually on the Fire Rocket situation. Maybe Dallas. It's been a minute. Maybe Dallas did run the Fire Rocket. Garnet Memory Boost, Red Scramble, Offense Training. Yeah, no, I got nothing else to say, really. It's the combos are all there, and we've seen it. The strategy's OTK. But we do, like, that's not to say we don't have a fair bit amount of our own control in this deck as well. We have the ability to raid into targets, delete targets, digivolve targets thanks to the Timemon, and we really value the Timemon in this variation because, like, we went out of our way to get the Garnet Memory Boost down, meaning we want to see this Timemon. We're okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, we do not want to ever bottom deck it, so that's interesting. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. You guys know what it is. EggmanEvents.com. That's what we try to do our thing, man. I know I'm behind. I've got a couple more coming out for you this week, I think. I promise. I'll try. Either way, what's up, Treehouse Tribe? This is Risu the Squirrel. Hope you guys have a good day. You guys made my day better, so I hope I made your day better. And we're out. I'm pressing the button. And we're not cutting this out because I don't know. Bye.